Hello guys, my name is Henry Muggs and I am going to talk about the raids and what I think is the most important raid to do. If you could only do one, which raid should you do? So, first of all, I'm going to be talking about the exotics from the raids. For Vogue, or Vault of Glass, you have the very good Vex Mythoclast. And this is a very good exotic for PvE and is also very good in PvP as well. The only problem with this exotic is that it has a lower chance of dropping than some of the other exotics. So if you want this exotic, you're going to have to play more times than some other raids. For Last Wish, you have 1,000 voices, or 1k voices, and it is very good. Best damage dealing weapon in the game, in my opinion, because of particle deconstruction, and that it's a fusion rifle. It is better because instead of just it being a linear fusion rifle and you having to shoot multiple times to get that particle deconstruction up, you only have to shoot one time, and particle deconstruction is there, and you can deal massive damage. In the normal Vault of Glass, I've had a lot of success killing champions. I'm able to one-shot them, which is very nice. The chance for 1,000 voices is very high. Some things have said that it's a 10% chance and can raise, but I think a 10% chance is what it's normally going to be at. And the thing is that this raid is so easy because you can cheese Riven really easily, and complete this in an hour if you get really good at it. So I'd say 1k is very, very, very good, and Last Wish for the exotic, it's better than Vogue, even though the Vault of Glass exotic is maybe a bit better at multiple things. It's a lower chance. Garden of Salvation, you have Divinity. Now the cool thing about this is that you have to do a quest, but there's a 100% chance to get Divinity. It's just you have to do it in one sitting and other things. But if you do this, 100% chance to get a raid exotic, and that is insane. Now, Divinity, very good. It makes a big crit spot on the enemies that you are shooting it at, and is almost like a must if you're going to be doing any raids, because it is very, very strong, and gives a huge damage bonus as well. And then Deepstone Crypt, the Eyes of Tomorrow. I think it's good in Gambit, but it is not very good in other things. I think it's decent in Gambit, but bad in other things. So this one, I've heard some people haven't gotten it in a lot of runs, and I'm not 100% sure what the chances are, but the thing is this is only very good in Gambit, but in anything else, it's not gonna really be better than a 1k or a Threaded Needle or a Reed's Regret. So the one thing that Deepstone Crypt does have going for it, it has a very good slug shotgun and sniper for PvE. And these ones, very, very good. And if you're going to play Deepstone Crypt, these are the weapons that you're going to want. For Last Wish, you can get some weapons, but none of them are very good. The main reason to do Last Wish is to get 1k voices. And because 1k has such a high chance to drop, once your whole raid team has gotten it, there's not much of a reason to do Last Wish unless you want Supremacy, but other than that, there's not a very good reason to do it after you get 1k. For Garden, the weapons are terrible. Only do it for Divinity. But the bow is so, I don't know, the weapons are kind of doo-doo. Bow's okay, but kind of doo-doo. But for Vault of Glass, Fatebringer, Found Verdict, very good for PvP. If you can get a god roll on these things, some of the best PvP weapons, and especially if you get the time lost versions, you're guaranteed for the Fatebringer an explosive payload roll, which is probably the best roll in that third slot. So I am now going to rank these raids in what you want to do. Like, if you could only play one of these raids, which one would you want to do? Especially if you're trying to get the most out of these raids. In last place, I'd say Garden. I think this because Divinity, yes, it's very good, but once you complete Divinity, none of the weapons are very good. The bow is okay, but you're not going to want to do it after you get Divinity, because there is no point to do it unless you want some other weapon for some reason, or just you want to collect those weapons. In third place, I'd say Deepstone Crypt. Its exotic isn't very good, and it's probably the worst exotic out of all of the raids. It does have some good legendary items, but other than that, it doesn't have much going for it. Last Wish and Vault of Glass. This is the hardest one to choose from, but I have made a decision, and I think that Fog is going to be your number one raid to do. This is because you can do it over and over and over again and still get good rewards. If you get a god roll for the Fatebringer and Found Verdict, then you can go on to the master version to try and get an even better roll. And you also get pinnacles from doing it, which can be very good if you are not 1330, and is the main way that I actually get up my light, is by doing the raid, and you get 5 pinnacles out of the 5 encounters, which can get you up around a light or two. And the pinnacles are very good pinnacles, and I am now, right at recording of this video, 1325, but I can get 1327 stuff from these pinnacles. So if you're wanting to level up, it's a great way to do it. And if you're looking for that Fatebringer and Found Verdict, very good. And Vex Mythic Class, I wouldn't say it's the best, but it is definitely the second best, and it is more versatile than 1K, but I think 1K is still better. But the thing that Last Wish doesn't have going for it is that the weapons are not very good, and that's why it lands in second place. Anything except for 1K isn't very good, but 1K just makes it the second best raid to do for your time. So, those are my rankings: Garden, Deepstone Crypt, Last Wish, and Vault of Glass. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.